first question should be the easiest one. Who are you and what's your affiliation with the Fredericksburg Rescue Squad?
I am Judy Little, and I'm a life member of Fredericksburg Rescue Squad.
Tell me about your history. When did it begin? What started it all?
Well, let me see. I moved here from California, where I had worked in the hospital as a nurse's aide, pursuing my nursing requirements or nursing license. Came back here, couldn't pursue nursing any longer. I had 2 kids. So I thought, well, the squad might be something I would enjoy to do because I'd already kept up with my Red Cross first aid stuff. Of course, this was in the 70s. I called down here and I got laughed at because, women aren't cut out for this kind of work, but you can certainly join the auxiliary if you'd like. And I said pretty much thanks, but no thanks. What about my merry way? About 89 maybe, there was an advertisement in the newspaper saying that the Fredericksburg Rescue Squad was offering EMT classes. So, okay, that's an opening. I took the classes. Wasn't sure I would join the squad, but push came to shove, I did, and that's the beginning of this adventure.
You mean you didn't tell them to go pound sand after they told you weren't welcome the first time around?
I thought about it, but yeah, I had to laugh at that because it just hit me wrong, but oh well.
But you came back, you say 89,
I came back,
right?
yeah,
So
89 or 90, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what it was like to join. Tell me what this place was like.
It was interesting. It was fun. It was still kind of an old boys club, but it was getting better. I enjoyed the red phone downstairs. When a call would come through, we didn't have 911 yet, so the call would come through the fire department, and we could pick up the red phone downstairs and hear what was coming, so we'd know what to prepare for heading out. And of course, the horn would sound, which meant everybody man the rescue squad, head for the building, grab a truck, and go. Most of the guys worked downtown. I didn't partake in that too often because I lived up by where the mall is now. But it was interesting. It was fun. They opened company Station 6 out on Harrison Road. Nobody wanted to man Station 6 because it was out in the country. Well, it was closer to my house than this was, so I pretty much opened up Station 6 with my older daughter, who was also an EMT. And we ran there for several years.
Why'd you do it, Judy? Why'd you join? I mean, is it just to help people? I mean, you already had some training, so you want to use that?
That's a good question. I think I did want to use that. I wasn't monetarily able to donate money to different places, but I had time I could spare. And medicine has always interested me. As I said before, I was trying to get my nursing license, which never happened. So I went ahead and joined the squad. And through the squad, I became an EMT. I became a cardiac tech, which is a precursor to, I guess, paramedic now. Got my EMTI, which is a little bit more advanced than more advanced than EMT. I did that for, almost 20 years, I guess. And it's a good feel to help people and to be around other people of like minds.
Any calls that for good or bad, that stand out to you?
They all seem to run together. Although I do remember a call out near Lake Anna when we ran a larger area than what we do now. It was Lake Anna. It was 2 boys in a pickup truck. Some sort of a collision. I don't remember what caused it. There was one of our career guys on the scene, but he was POV and couldn't do anything. We got there. The top of the cab of the truck was gone. It looked like somebody had taken it off, but they hadn't. It had just fallen off with the wreck. Both the young men, teenagers, appeared to be fairly stable, but I really wanted a helicopter to come in and get them. That wasn't feasible, so we loaded them both up. Luckily, I had a 3-man crew, so it was me and another person in the back. John was driving, and we did pretty well until we were 10 minutes out, and the one guy I had quit breathing. So I had my 3rd person bag him. I told my driver up front, who happens to be my husband today, to stand on it, which is the first and only time I've ever told him to stand on it, because he rather does that anyway. And we made it to the hospital in due course. That was one of the most remarkable calls.
Did what do you think that this Fredericksburg meant and means to this area?
It's been a lifeline, I think, to this area. At the beginning, there was nothing else really around. And I think it still is, in a manner of speaking. The area has grown. We've gotten more people. I don't know what the squad calls are like now since I no longer run. But I think the city would be very much lost without it. Even though we do have the career people with the fire department. And when I was working, I think we worked well together. When I first got my EMT, let me back up a little bit. Our secretary, the person in charge of putting you on calls, as soon as she realized I had my EMT, it was like, okay, you're going to do this, 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 and this. I said, you're going to turn me loose? And she said, sure. I said, no, you're not. We didn't have any precepting program back then. I said, you're not going to turn me loose without being precepted. So the career people had just started, and I had just started, so I hooked up with them every Tuesday and Thursday mornings to run calls in the city before I went to work in the evenings. I worked in food service. So I did my own precepting, and when I felt comfortable, then I said, okay, Jackie, put me on the schedule. So.
It's a commitment. I mean, you're doing other things, but you're like, this obviously meant something to you to be able to put in all that extra work and time.
Well, you don't want to be thrown cold in it, you know? Now today we have a very extensive preceptor program. At one time I was a preceptor for ALS as well as BLS. But back in the beginning there wasn't. You had your EMT behind your name and you were thrown to the wolves. I said, no, we're not going to do that. So.
A lot of folks have said this is kind of like a family, a fraternity, brotherhood, sisterhood, that kind of thing. How do you see it?
Oh, it is. Everybody it jumps together. When my first husband died, this was where we had the reception. They provided all the food and everything. It was just fantastic. When I broke my arm in June, major fracture, I got cards and flowers and everything from the squad, even though I haven't run in at least 10 years. So everybody looks out for everybody.
Are you proud of the time that you
Oh, of course, very proud of the time I spent doing it. It was well worth the time and effort, and I take great pride in the achievements I may have made through the squad.
Tell me how long you were part of the squad.
Over 20 years. Yeah. I think I started the class in '89. I think I graduated in '90, and I believe I quit running probably about 2010, 2011, somewhere around in there.
And you say was your daughter run with the squad too?
Yes, we ran together quite often until she decided she'd rather run with her own crowd, the younger people.
Talk a little bit about the type of person, because like I said, you had a desire to help people in a medical fashion, but this isn't something for everybody. So what kind of person does it take to be a member of the rescue squad? Because you see some things.
Definitely an A-type person. You got to have the go. You can multitask, do several things at once. You need to be able to look at the big picture, not concentrate on one small thing. You have to see the whole picture. Rely on your training. There's been a few calls. My training kicked in. I did what I was supposed to do, and afterwards my knees shook and my arms shook, and I almost wanted to throw up. But that doesn't happen when you're actually working, because your training takes over, it kicks in. You do what needs to be done.
What kept you coming back though? Because I mean, seriously, that Lake Anna call you said that was one of those that was.
That was pretty horrendous, yeah.
But what keeps you coming back? What kept you coming back?
Every call is different. Some are hysterical, like the person who calls you at 2:00 in the morning because he hit his toe on the bed and thinks he stubbed it and wants to go to the hospital. Yeah, right. Okay. We get a lot of those. EMS taxi or EMT taxi. There's fun and games involved like that, as well as the serious calls. I've never had to deliver a baby on the squad. I did once when I was working out west, but that was a whole different story. I've come close a few times. And the mother is always very grateful to make it to the hospital in time, and so am I. I don't want the mess in the back of my truck. It's just something you do. It gets in your blood. You just, like an old fire horse. When the siren goes off, the horses raise up their neck, even though they can't go anymore, because it's something they're used to.
Talk a little bit about, we talked about the community. It's been here for the community. Has the community been here for the rescue squad?
I believe so. I believe so. We've gotten the donations. I mean, I remember standing in the street with fishnets, begging for money, and we've always managed to make quite a bit of money. And what's really funny, the people with the big fancy cars would give you $1, and the guys driving old ratty 14-year-old cars with paint chipped off would give you 10 or 15. That's been the norm as far as I can go back. And they're probably the ones who need us the most, so that's probably why they donate the most.
Do you remember your first call? First time you went out?
I think the first call was on, I think I was with Steve Ennis, and I believe we went out to somebody who had just passed out for no apparent reason. And the guy, Steve, and who else? Remember that one, Steve? Standing back just doing this, saying, okay, do your thing. So I'm going, okay, and are you okay? Are you okay? And did vitals, and she was fine, and I'm all ready to backboard and put the neck thing on, the whole 9 yards, and the guy said, don't bother with that, we'll just help her up and get her in the truck. Okay, that was it. Simple and easy.
Judy, what am I missing? Steve, is there anything you want Judy to hit on? Or?
No, but she's remembered things I did.
Oh, really?
He was back. You woke him up anyway. Is there anything else you want to add, Judy? That
Not that I can think of for the squad. Side note, I'm still helping people. I manage a food pantry and give away free food now. So that gene is still kicking in, helping others.
for you. That's all I got, Judy.
That's all I have to say, too.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.